A very warm welcome. You're watching News 9 Live. I'm Kabir Naqvi. Now, the BJP Karnataka MLA, Madal Virupakshappa, the former chairman of Karnataka Soaps and Detergents Limited, known for its iconic Mysore sandal soap, has been arrested in a high-profile bribery scandal. Now, the corruption case came to a head after Lokayukta police caught up with the Neta who was on the run at the outskirts of Bengaluru after evading police for about 100 kilometers. Lokayukta police had sprung into action as soon as the Karnataka High Court dismissed the MLA's bail plea, citing evidence of his son Prashant's role in offering tenders for the supply of raw materials to the state-run KSDL, then headed by the father, Virupakshappa himself. Now, the high-profile arrest has also come in the wake of the highest seizure of unaccounted cash in Lokayukta history. But more importantly, it has potentially thrown a wrench in the works of the BJP's poll campaign in Karnataka, which doubly boosts the Congress's anti-corruption plan for the upcoming assembly elections.
Like free or ಮಾಡಲಿ fair or ಮಾಡಲಿ our duty ಕಾನೂನು ಏನಿದೆ ಕಾನೂನು ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಅವರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನ ಅವರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
But to speak more on this, joining me on the show is Professor Chambi Puranik, who is a political analyst, and we'll now discuss whether Virupakshappa's arrest poses any significant challenge to the BJP ahead of the Karnataka Assembly polls. Professor Puranik, look at the optics at play here as well. Last year, we had that contractor, and the 40% Sarkara Commission was a campaign. Pay CM campaign was something that the Congress had, begun with. So many graft allegations as well. Ever since BSY is stepping down, people were saying, it's pertaining to the graft allegations around BS Yediyurappa as well. Now, take a look at the recent ADR report that has come out, talking about various, leaders with the kind of criminal history and backing that they have. But this particular case, in particular, Virupakshappa, him being arrested at a toll booth, him saying, I'm going to get a clean sheet. Let's not forget, all of this is happening ahead of the polls. How are you reading these developments?
Definitely, it has an impact on the electoral prospects of BJP per se in that area. The Shimoga is the home district of former Chief Minister Mr. B.S. Yediyurappa, and
right.
Mr. Madal Virupakshappa is considered as a very close follower of Mr. B.S. Yediyurappa and all that. Apart from all that, the very fact that the High Court had given an interim bail, it seems, the prima facie, the High Court did not find any particular link between this corruption and the cash seizure and the allegation on the optics that we have seen. But later, they have corroborated in such a way that it has become a very tight case in terms of Mr. Madal Virupakshappa cannot escape, because the court has said that the very MD, Mr. Mohan, who is the MD of KSDL, has said that there have been messages and telephone calls and many other kind of instructions which I have received that that particular contractor should be given the tender and all that. So that means to say there is a tangible evidence which the court has again looked at it, and it has cancelled the anticipatory bail. And Mr. Madal Virupakshappa was telling that, it is a normal practice that the people of Arakanat area in that particular district or wherever Chikmagalur and Shimoga and all that, and naturally keep 3 to 4 crores are in the cash house and all that. That is only an excuse. But actually, the deal has been struck at the instance or instruction of Mr. Madal Virupakshappa, which the court has also taken into cognizance. That's why he was intercepted, when he was trying to reach Bangalore near Tumkur Gate. So I think it is, as you said in the beginning, it's an embarrassment for BJP government and more so Chief Minister Bommai. But the earlier allegation of 40% by the Contractors Association and all that, that had lost its sting. Now, the opposition is trying to definitely make use of this. They're saying that what 40% commission charge was there, that's true. And this is one small indication with a lot of evidence and all that. So therefore, I think, BJP has to show its performance, the development and other things, and say that this particular case, the BJP also has claimed that the very fact that they have not interfered with the Lokayukta investigation, they have given a free hand. That itself speaks high about the BJP government's restoration of Lokayukta And that has been conveyed to the public and through various forums, saying that, we have not interfered. And whatever the consequences of law Mr. Virupakshappa has to face, he will face it also. So I don't think any BJP leader has come forward to defend it or say that, this particular thing has been done.
But Professor Puranik, at this point in time, it is also going to be difficult for a BJP political leader to come out and defend something like this. But earlier we were talking about because of the protests that the Banjara community is, staging in various parts in Bagalkot, in Shivamogga as well. My reporters on the ground were of the opinion that this might not hurt BJP's vote share in urban areas because these kind of issues don't really affect people in, let's say, Bengaluru. But what about this particular embarrassment? Corruption is such a huge issue. Every year it rains and there are complete floods in Bengaluru, pothole-ridden roads in Bengaluru, dilapidated buildings, the elections to the local body, that's something in the fray here as well. And at the center of all of this is corruption. Now, you've got a tall leader like Virupakshappa, who's now in the dock for corruption. Do you think this is going to translate into lack of votes coming from urban areas in the upcoming polls?
No, I don't think in that big way large number of voters will take this particular thing into consideration because the choice between this or that government, the previous Congress government against whom already Mr. Bommai is saying that there are several cases which they have suppressed and they had given it to ACB and removing Lokayukta and all that. So those are the things that definitely perhaps the people will keep in mind. But Madal Virupakshappa's case, he is in the rural area of Shimoga district, but it's a hardcore Lingayat bastion. And Mr. Yediyurappa's whatever past record or the development programs he has done. But particularly, there is no corruption case against Mr. Bommai. I think, barring the scandal and the kind of seizure of money and all that, people tend to think that the previous government was also corrupt, the opposition parties, the Congress and JDS, and also BJP is also corrupt. The choice is very little. In that context, perhaps, it may not have a big impact on the voters' mind because public memory is very short and the frequent visits of Prime Minister Amit Shah and others and the launching of number of programs and all that, perhaps people may think, corruption per se is not a major issue in any election and the entire India is concerned, as well as Karnataka also. In my opinion, the previous election, there were a lot of corruption charges, which perhaps people have taken note of it. When it comes to voting, the people have been allured with so many other kinds of dates, not only reservation, but also in terms of freebies and many other kind of assurances that are there. So, politics is the art of the possible, and all political parties are have a share in this. I'm sure in this particular case, it's an embarrassment. Still, 2 months are there for election. I don't know how far it's going to affect, but in the rural area, perhaps it may not take it. In urban area, like you mentioned about Bangalore City Corporation, where 1822 seats are there, I think the people have to worry about this. If such a kind of government is voted back to power, how it will happen.
Well,
but what is the alternative? The choice is the Twiddledum and Tweedledee. The choice is very limited. In my opinion, all political parties are painted with this charge of corruption. Who is more corrupt, who is less corrupt, ultimately people have to decide on.
No, you're bang on that, corruption is not necessarily an election issue anywhere. And I'm sure that, institutions like the Association of Democratic Reforms and their reports don't really trickle down to the, the general multitude at large anyway. So just to, wrap up this discussion and let Virupakshappa go as well, because legal proceedings and executive proceedings will take their place. Yeah. You're right that the BJP leaders haven't really come out and defended this position or Virupakshappa's claims, and he says he's going to come out with a clean chit. So all in all, Professor Puranik, it seems to be an embarrassment, but this embarrassment is not going to overshadow political ambitions of the BJP, right?
Yeah, I agree with you that per se corruption has never been an issue in any state or elections are concerned. That is my considered view. Also, I have been observing a lot of elections over the last 2 decades or 3 decades. But in Bangalore itself, the BBMP has a major kind of responsibility to prove that it is not going to be corrupt. And BJP has to definitely assure the people that they are not going to allow such things and all that. And if they have any charges against the other governments, that is the Congress government or the JDS government, they should come forward and they should have evidence and also. By merely talking, making rhetorical or escapist statements, I don't think the people will forgive, including BJP or political party. I think the people are alert. As you said, the active citizen groups, civic groups, they are very active in exposing this. But the
But
choice,
it seems
as
like
I said
it's not being able to do as much on the ground as well. Even as the Ombudsman institution's largest seizure is now in front of everybody and on public display, it seems like this embarrassment is nothing but a minor little dent that can go away with a little, beating here and there for the
So
BJP.
one more thing
But
I
still,
the recent 2 days back, I read that between 42% to 49%, all the political parties, they have criminals. I mean, as
absolutely, absolutely. But then again, Professor Puranik, that particular information is not trickling down to the general multitude.
No,
So an ADR report seems to be, useless. I mean, it's good for media firms to take up that data and talk about it. But seems like an uphill battle for the Congress meanwhile, because this is not really hurting BJP's chances, given whatever is happening in Shivamoga and with this particular MLA as well. But like always, Professor Chambi Puranik, many thanks for joining with us and helping us out with your insightful insights. We'll have to see what really happens in the state of Karnataka. There's so much happening on this particular, poll-bound state. We're going to continue to keep our close eyes on this particular state. Slipping into a quick break, content continues on the other side. Don't go anywhere.